In this week's gospel, Jesus speaks to us about being trustworthy. And he talks about it in terms of if you're trustworthy in small things, then you'll be trustworthy in big things as well, right? And you can hear echoes of other parables of his in this passage, right? I'm thinking specifically of the parable of the talents, where Jesus talks about a landowner giving money to some guys. A couple of them go off and invest it. One buries it in the ground, right? And he's looking for return on investment. And the idea was, if you're trustworthy in these little things, you can be trustworthy in big things. Jesus is challenging us to grow in virtue. This is how every virtue grows within us. It starts with small things, right? The way you grow in self-control is you say no to an extra treat. You don't just cut treats out all together. You could go that route, but you grow little by little, right? Cut out a little bit, cut out a little bit more, cut out a little bit more, and all of a sudden self-control is a whole lot easier. Jesus talking about being trustworthy in small things reminds me of a little limerick that I remember coming across as a teenager that helped me in trying to be a harder worker, right? It was, if a task is once begun, never leave it till it's done. Be the task great or small, do it right or not at all, right? And that's not exactly what Jesus was getting at, but the sentiment is there, right? We want to be people who are all in, especially when following God. We want to be trustworthy in the little things so that we can be trustworthy in the big things. So maybe that is being faithful to your daily tasks that are assigned to you by your life, right? So that's a student doing your homework, preparing for tests, being respectful, being a good friend, a good sibling, a good child. As parents, that's doing the simple, basic things of daily life, being good about doing the dishes on time and the laundry on time so that your house isn't cluttered, making sure you've got your meals prepped and planned ahead of time and all that sort of stuff, right? Being a good employee, a good worker, a good coworker, a good spouse, all those sorts of things. When those are big little things, right? But when we're trustworthy in those little things, then we can be much more trustworthy with the bigger mission that the Lord has given us to go out and make disciples of all nations. That's feels like a big task, a big ask. The only way we're going to accomplish those big things to be trustworthy is to be trustworthy in the little things. And specifically, Jesus talks about our money in this passage. What do we do with our money? Where do our pennies go? Where do our dollars go? Because our heart often follows where we put our money. And so the question for us to ponder this week is, how trustworthy are we in these little things so that we can be people of integrity and be able to be trusted with bigger things as well?